There we go. It's a funyarin pad!
What in the goddamn is that?
You'll have to go and watch the streams.
No.
Oh, too bad.
I feel like...
Hi, Desi.
I don't want to know. Hello. Also, hello. Man, you're, like, famous.
Yeah. I am the most famous of them all.
There's a whole 7 people here.
There's a whole 7 people, and usually we have 10. Today's just a slow day.
But I don't know at least 2 of these names. I've never seen 2 of these people before.
Are you talking Sadie?
Kazooie and Desi. I do not recognize these names. They are new to me.
Well, Sadie is awesome, and Desi is awesome.
Fair enough.
Do you need me to explain more things to you?
I mean, you were just so helpful with that last explanation. I think it's fine.
Have you ever heard of the story of the sinking of the Titanic and it being predicted? Yes, I have.
Yes, it was predicted by Milton Hershey, which is why he didn't get on the boat.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is this going to be one of those things where, like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and they're like, yeah, and then they explain it anyway?
No, Junpei is explaining it this time.
Oh, okay.
There was a novel that had a bunch of stuff in it that described the sinking of the Titanic before it actually sank. Yeah, that's the one. The title of the novel is Futility. It was written 14 years ago, before the Titanic sank, because this is not the future, present, past?
So, for some reason that reminded me, that book that's supposed to be, like, the first example of a time machine in, like, sci-fi?
Mm-hmm.
The Time Machine, who was that? But you know the one I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's just called The Time Machine. Apparently that was not the first one.
Gotta explain what the thing is, even if they know it. It was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But, I know. I mean, I didn't know the name of the book, but...
Yeah,
the story was the same,
else...
right? It was just like what happened on the Titanic. Yeah. Well, I heard it was all a hoax. A hoax? I heard that the stuff that matched up to the Titanic so well was actually added after it sank. Apparently, the only thing that it was the same originally was that the boat ran into an iceberg and sank.
H.G. Wells. Duh.
Oh, Wells.
But there was some guy who wrote anonymously in a newspaper who wrote a story about a time machine.
Yeah, that's
before
true.
that. And also wrote about, like, a ton of other things that have appeared in sci-fi before most other people.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that.
And I know this because of Vsauce.
Yeah, that's true. I know that. Anyway, but the novel was published in 1898. Which ending? We are going for the coughing ending. The one that lets you have the good ending. The safe ending for now. Something that is locked if we go after another ending. Yeah, we're going for the coughing ending, and just in case we mess it up first. So yeah. It was published 14 years before the accident. Like I said, that was the first print of the book. 14 years later, the author heard about what happened to the Titanic. He figured that it was his chance, you know? He just went back and changed some stuff in his novel, so that it matched up with the Titanic exactly. Surprised by Junpei's response, June seemed rather taken aback. Really? Really. There's no such thing as premonition or any of that sort. That stuff. June looked very unhappy, more so than Junpei thought it was normal for such a discussion. But it lasted only a moment. With no apparent reason, she suddenly looked up to him, alarmed. But... That wasn't the only book that predicted the Titanic sinking. It wasn't? Yeah. There were 2 other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892.
I'm looking this up.
Okay, thank you. Stead wrote 2 stories
predicting
that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, 2 ships collided and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank. I do not
Can you look up the names of the people real quick?
Okay, if you don't mind, you don't need coughing ending for. No, I know. I want to show all of the endings. William Thomas.
Or maybe
Stead.
this is it. William
Thomas.
What? Stead?
Stead. Stead.
Titanic prediction.
We are. What I'm doing is I'm showing off all of the endings, Desi. So I want to show this ending just in case. After
was the other one Morgan Robertson?
I don't know. They didn't say the name. But
Okay.
the book is called Futility.
Futility or the Wreck of the Titan.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm showing them this ending because if you fulfill the things for the other ending, for the safe ending, we don't get to see the coughing ending, and I want to show them the coughing ending. So we're gonna go for the coughing ending. Whee! Anyway, I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships. Right, I knew you'd say that. But what if Stead had some sort of special powers?
Following the Titanic sinking, some people credited Robertson the futility. Credited Robertson with clairvoyance. Robertson denied this, claiming the similarities were explained by his extensive knowledge of shipbuilding and maritime trends. So he just kind of guessed it all, based on knowing things.
I'm saying coffin, not coffee. I know my English is not the best.
Also, hi. I'm distracted by things, but it's important.
Anyway,
things.
So she's saying that automatic writing happened, and but Jumpy, you said you believe in curses. Ooh. She's saying coffin, obviously.
Stead died on the Titanic.
Oh. Okay then. Come on, that's totally different. Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. This guy still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. Hi, TX! Welcome to the stream!
Hi!
Oh my god, so many people here. Hi! This guy still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Steve dude wrote his thing, nobody had died in the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by spirits of dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff himself, right? That's not it. What's not it? Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
In the 1890s, Stead became increasingly interested in spiritualism.
Ah.
So that's true, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Found a spiritualist quarterly called Borderland.
Oh. So the game was talking about the Titanic? Yeah.
Which is why I'm looking up things about the Titanic, because I'm wondering how true
all of this is. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 years after the Titanic went down, Stead's daughter Estelle published the Blue Island experience of a new arrival beyond the veil, which purported to be communication with Stead via medium.
Anyway.
Manuscript was produced using automatic writing, which is a term.
Yeah. Anyway, Junpei is telling June that she is smoking pot real bad. William Thomas Stead was a passenger in the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes, 20 years before it happened. He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. Junpei smiled uncomfortably. Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay? Huh? But her voice trailed off, and she glanced at the floor, troubled. Tap, tap. Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. Wow. Anyway, how about the primary resource of freaking James Cameron and the movie Titanic is the best resource for that.
By the way, in 1892, Stead published a story titled From the Old World to the New, in which a vessel, the Majestic, rescues survivors of another ship that collided with an iceberg. So, they did their research for this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Or, someone was already really obsessed with Titanic, and also obsessed with kidnapping people and forcing them to do fucked up games and or kill each other.
Yeah,
and it was
probably.
like, how can I make these things? How can I combine these things?
Anyway, we've done things. It's a freezer. Lotus doesn't want to be in here. And things happen.
She's not really wearing anything.
I mean, yeah.
So I can't blame her.
I mean, that's true. Okay, so examine the shelves to receive the chunk of work. And then open the cabinet for the dry ice and the chicken.
Danganronpa is a game that involves people killing each other, so maybe?
I mean, yes, this
Which
game is
came
created
first?
by the same people. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So let's see.
So, what do we say? I wonder why it doesn't
Danganronpa
turn
was
into a liquid
2010.
first. This is 28. Yeah, 999 came out first, yeah. 2008.
A year before.
Oh, 2009, okay.
But actually, was the anime before?
No, the anime is based on the game.
Okay.
Yes. Spike Chunsoft. I think both are published also by Axis Games?
Oops, I was wrong to go back on.
Are obsessed with killing young Japanese people. Yes. Anyway, we're talking about how the dry ice...
Publishers Spike, Nippon, and Spike Chunsoft. And Axis and Spike
thank
for
you for
999.
joining us, Evie.
Yes,
Bye.
they're both... Oh, bye! Have fun.
Actually, yeah, I do want to play Danganronpa sometime. Ed says that I'm gonna enjoy it a lot, which I believe him.
From what I've seen, you would. But I think I'm gonna get it on PS4 when they re-release when they do the first two and the second two as a bundle thing.
Also, next year I'm gonna do for the next 2 years I'm gonna be doing for Halloween this series. So Danganronpa is gonna happen differently. So yeah. Yeah, I have it in the Vita. Yeah. I don't have it in the Vita, but I can have it in the Vita. Are you going to get Danganronpa VR?
Is that real? I kind of want that to be real.
Anyway, we're gonna say that it did strike us as rather odd, because we've already said the other one. It did seem rather odd to Junpei, and he couldn't help but think about it. June answered, but it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns into a liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure, it won't turn into a liquid, right? That's right. Real? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Click that link and save it so I can see it before when the stream ends. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimation. and change
It's a
immediately from
10
solid.
minute thing. Holy shit.